Welcome to my Week 3 reflection on culture, ethnicity, and race. My name is Samantha Letterman, and I will be talking about how social identities impact me, my students, and my school. I will be addressing assumptions and how we make them based on people from different races, ethnicities, and cultures, as well as my answer to the question, why is there a dichotomy where some students achieve and some students do not? I will also address why it is important to have an equitable classroom, as well as some ways I intend on implementing equity within my classroom. Creating an equitable learning environment is arguably the most important job for any teacher. When I think about the district and the school I teach at, Eagle Rock Multi-Age School, and more specifically my classroom, the lack of racial and ethnic diversity is prominent. The district serves roughly 3,300 students. 79% are white and 14% are free and reduced lunch. My school in particular is 94% white and 4% free and reduced lunch. Most differences among the students at my school are religious-based, with a few diverse family structures. At the beginning of the year, in an effort to get to know everyone, I discussed at length how families can look different, but how they are still families filled with all of the same things. I had concerns about a new student and the family culture he came with. Most students at my school are shielded from many things, and I feared for him. To ensure equity within the classroom, I used many different family types within lessons, exposing the students to different family structures. Our staff realizes the lack of diversity, so we are always looking for ways to teach diversity. We have several days of the year that we incorporate these diverse teachings. One example is called Holidays Around the World. The staff and parent volunteers collaborate and dedicate a day of learning to the winter holidays that are celebrated around the world. Last year, I was in charge of Australia. Many students did not know about Australia, and when I taught them about the seasonal differences between the U.S. and Australia, they were fascinated. They couldn't get over that Christmas was celebrated in their summertime. Since we do not have a diverse ethnic population, it is important to acknowledge and expose students to differences as much as possible to create a more understanding outlook. Assumptions are often made before realizing it. When we make assumptions, we risk missing opportunities to get to know others. To understand other cultures, other beliefs, and who people are is important. Assumptions are often made when people do not fully understand something. Most assumptions are based on stereotypes and can result in a preconceived bias. In order to ensure an equitable learning environment, teachers must not make assumptions and believe every student will be successful. This week I watched the video The Lunch Date, and reflecting on my own thoughts during the movie, I made assumptions based on stereotypes. The movie emphasized the role stereotyping plays and how important it is to not make assumptions based on appearance or race. In Chapter 11, Focusing on Equity Propelled Us from Good to Great by Sitchell and Bacon, they removed any low-level classes. They provided teacher support and created an incredible change within the school district. By raising their standards, the students strive to meet them. I think when students feel valued and believed in, they will try their very best. When teachers are supported as well, big changes can happen. When I ask myself the question, why is there a dichotomy where some students achieve and some students do not, students arrive in the classroom every day from a variety of circumstances. Unfortunately, schools are unable to diversify as much as students need. Teachers do their best to meet the needs of all learners, but oftentimes there are students that do not get what they need all the time, resulting in the learning differences. It's important to develop equity in the classroom because I want every student to be as successful as they can possibly be. By creating equity, all students are given the tools they need in order to be successful. Burris wrote, "Equity in education is the principle that aims at guaranteeing high-quality education for all in different places and circumstances." This quote really stuck out to me because it says no matter where you're from, education can make everything equal or equitable. It is the teacher's responsibility to create an equitable learning environment. All students need to feel cared for and valued in the classroom. Teachers can ensure an equitable learning environment through simple acts, as well as implementing curriculum to assist discussions. A simple act to begin the day is for teachers to greet each student at the door, speaking to all students with respect and honoring their ideas and suggestions at all times. A recent resource I discovered is called Teaching Mindfulness. The mindfulness curriculum embodies social-emotional learning and teaches students how to have healthy relationships with their peers. I will teach students through mentor texts from different cultures and highlight the diversity within their own lives. It is extremely important to me to create an equitable classroom where every student can and will succeed.